final inductee tonight is Coach Gene Taylor. Gene Taylor. A native of Georgia, Taylor completed his undergraduate degree at Jacksonville State University in 1974 and earned a master's degree from Jacksonville State in 1981. After receiving his undergraduate degree, he immediately began a teaching and coaching career that lasted 30 years. Taylor was a successful assistant coach in football, most often as a defensive coordinator. As a head baseball coach, his teams were 201 and 130, and he was Calhoun County's Baseball Coach of the Year in 1996. Taylor had his greatest coaching successes as a wrestling coach. At Welborn, he coached 2 teams to Calhoun County Wrestling Championships. Taylor then became head wrestling coach at Weaver. His Weaver teams were state champions 9 times, winning Class 1A through 4A titles in 1993, 1996, 1997, 1998, 1999, 2001, 2002, 2003, and 2004. 3 other Bearcat teams finished as state runner-up. Taylor's Weaver teams were Calhoun County champions 10 consecutive years. During Taylor's tenure at Weaver, his teams had dual match winning streaks of 221 matches and 111 matches. Taylor was named Alabama's 1A through 4A Wrestling Coach of the Year 9 times. In 1996 and again in 2004, USA Wrestling named Taylor Coach of the Year in Alabama. In 1996, he was USA Wrestling's Coach of the Year for the Southeastern United States. 55 of Taylor's wrestlers won individual state championships, and 8 were named High School All-Americans. His career record as a head wrestling coach was 534. At Weaver, Taylor's teams were 385 and 11 in dual meets. In 2010, Taylor was inducted into the Alabama High School Athletic Association Sports Hall of Fame. Please welcome to the Calhoun County Sports Hall of Fame, Coach Gene Taylor.
I'm not a Calhoun County native. Hell, I'm not even from Alabama. I grew up in Rockdale County, Georgia. My hometown is Conyers, and I would not trade my raising as a young man for anything. I had a wonderful childhood. And along with that, I had a wonderful family. My father passed away in 1991, and the matriarch of our family is my mother, Sue Taylor, who just a couple of months ago, my mother fell, broke her arm, had her hip replaced, and she's sitting in the emergency room, and she says, "You tell those people at the Hall of Fame I'll be there." And she's here. And I think most of the traits I had as a young man, and even today, came from my mother. And she's a tough lady. I've been blessed in my family with a lot of wonderful women. I have 2 sisters, Lisa and Linda, who are here. Linda has always accused me of being mean to her, and because when we were little, we'd play hide and seek, and Linda would go hide, and I wouldn't look for her. That's all right, they always made it back for lunch. Now, this community, this Calhoun County has adopted me. I came to Calhoun County in 1971 and graduated in Jack State in 74. And I came back in 1979. Mr. Howard Walter and Coach Mike Baptist brought me to Welborn to coach, which is still those 2 years is still one of the highlights of my entire coaching career. I also had the opportunity to work at Ohatchee and at Weaver, which are arguably, I guess, three of the best athletic schools in this county. I'm very partial to adoption. People took me in here, and in 1991, I think everybody's heard this story, I adopted twins from Romania. I'm the only one in Calhoun County that has living werewolves. They are from Transylvania, and they were born in the middle of a revolution in 1989, but they're here. They continue to live here. They were educated at Weaver, and my son Jake is with me tonight. And Jake, in 2009, was the Alabama High School State Wrestling Champion, which is a big deal in our family because that made him the best athlete ever in our family. And I have a daughter, it's Jake's twin, who is unable to be here because she's one of 14 people in the world that has a debilitating disease called Marfan's disease. And she couldn't be here tonight, but my children were raised in the Welborn community at Hewletton Methodist Church, and they have helped me to care for her and helped her mother, and I'm always grateful for the people that took care of me in that way, and took care of my children when they needed help. Also, someone that had a great influence on me is with me tonight, my high school coach, Bill McCord, who, it's funny how a place like Calhoun County and Rockdale County, you can cross paths. Coach McCord was my high school coach in the late 60s, football coach, and he played his high school football at Alexandria, and I'm not certain, but I think Coach McCord was on the first team, coached by a member of this Hall of Fame, Coach Lou Scales, years ago. Now, if you're from a place like Rockdale County, you're considered country. And one of I had a friend here at Jacksonville State. On 3 or 4 days I've been living at Luttrell Hall. First time I've lived away from home. And he would come up to me and say, you know, I'm more country than you are. And I said, well, Randy, I'm from Rockdale County, and that gives me an advantage. But he said, yeah, but he said, Fort Payne is more country than Rockdale County. And I guess I ended up in the Calhoun County Hall of Fame. He ended up in the Country Music Hall of Fame. So I guess he was right. Fort Payne is more country than Conyers. Now, I mentioned my children. I mentioned my mother. My mother, again, she taught me about friendship. She's here tonight with her best friend. They've been best friends since they were in the first grade in Buller Rapid, Georgia. My mother continues to live there, and they're here together tonight. And that means a lot about it. She taught me about friendship. And Jane, I appreciate you being here. I'm feel kind of like I said, like a red-headed stepchild being up here with such a tremendous group and being in the Hall of Fame, which only has 46 members. It's an august body. And, I was thrilled to walk through that hall today and realize that I lived long enough that I know almost everybody in that Hall of Fame or have met them. And I may meet a few more tonight, but I always thought, and I always said, the only thing better than being called coach was being called daddy. And I believe that. And my children being here and being cared for by Calhoun County has meant the world to me. I hope that when I was in high school, I was the captain of my high school football team, which is, in those days, that was a pretty big deal. I remember the other night telling my teammates that I hoped it was something that I had earned and it's something that I'd make them proud of me for. Well, I hope this is something I earned, and I hope people will be proud of me for this. I wasn't a great athlete like many of these men up here were, and I think it helped me during my coaching career and pushed me more because I wanted to succeed in coaching. I was pushed along by a lot of influenced people I coached with, like Terry Willingham and Rowan Houston, Coach Mike Battles. And I feel fortunate that I was able to come to a place where athletics is important for all the children in this county and important to the people in this county. I hope that in some way I've helped add to that, and I hope that I want to thank all of you for the courtesy shown to my family, and I want you to know that I hope y'all can be as proud of me as I am of being from Calhoun County. Thank you.